Picture this. Maybe you're in your late 20s, 30s, you're really focused on your health, your energy, maybe pushing your physical limits. You've heard about TRT, testosterone replacement therapy. Maybe you're even on it, feeling, fantastic. But then something comes up, a thought, or maybe a conversation with your partner, and suddenly you're thinking about starting a family, having kids, and you hit this wall, realizing TRT, as great as it is, often has this major downside for fertility. It really feels like a fork in the road. Choose your health now or your family later. But what if, just what if, you didn't actually have to make that choice? What if you could optimize your hormones, feel your best, and keep that dream of fatherhood alive? That's exactly what we're diving into today. We're looking at a key hormone that's really bridging this gap, human chorionic gonadotropin, HCG. We're going to unpack how this works, why it's so crucial, and who really stands to benefit, basically giving you the shortcut to getting up to speed on this.
It's a really important conversation. Male health, hormone optimization.
Yeah.
It's gotten way more complex, hasn't it? And TRT, look, it can be life-changing for so many men. Fatigue, low mood, loss of vitality. It addresses a lot.
Yeah.
Really boosts quality of life. But understanding the full picture, especially the impact on something as fundamental as fertility, that's absolutely critical for making, properly informed decisions. It's not just about the immediate fix.
Okay, so let's get right into it then. This catch with TRT, we know it boosts testosterone, makes guys feel better and more vital, but the big trade-off you mentioned, it often suppresses or sometimes, completely shuts down sperm production. Kind of ironic, isn't it?
It is. And to understand why, you need to look at the body's feedback system. The HCG axis, hypothalamic pituitary gonadal axis, normally your brain, specifically the pituitary gland, sends out signals. LH, luteinizing hormone, and FSH, follicle-stimulating hormone. LH tells the testes, make testosterone. And FSH is vital for stimulating sperm production, spermatogenesis. It's all connected. The brain is actively managing both. But when you introduce testosterone from the outside through TRT, the brain senses these high levels. It basically says, whoa, okay, we've got plenty. It dials back. It stops sending out as much LH and FSH, or stops completely. And without those signals, the testes basically power down, they stop making their own testosterone, and crucially, they stop making sperm. The result, well, testicular shrinkage, infertility, sometimes even discomfort. It's the body trying to self-regulate, but in this case, it works against fertility goals.
Wow, okay. That's a clear picture of how it works and how TRT unintentionally disrupts things. So if TRT has this major downside for guys wanting kids, are they stuck? Is it really choose one or the other? This is where it gets really interesting, right? This is where HCG comes in as like the fertility bridge.
Exactly. This is where the science offers a pretty elegant solution. HCG essentially mimics LH. Remember LH. The pituitary's signal to the testes. Well, HCG has a similar structure. It binds to the same receptors on the Leydig cells in the testes that LH normally would.
Ah, so it's like a stand-in signal.
Precisely. When the brain's natural LH is suppressed by TRT, HCG steps into that role. It's like a molecular key fitting the same lock. So it keeps those Leydig cells active. It tells the testes, keep going, keep producing some testosterone, keep supporting sperm development, even though the brain isn't sending the message. This stimulation is what keeps sperm production going or helps restart it, even while someone's benefiting from TRT. It's a clever biological workaround, bypassing the suppressed signal.
That's actually quite remarkable. Single compound sort of outsmarting the system. So practically speaking, what does this mean for someone on TRT? What are the concrete benefits of adding HCG? Well, number one, clearly, is preserving fertility during TRT. That's huge. You don't have to pause family plans. And then there's maintaining testicular size, right? That shrinkage, testicular atrophy, it's a common side effect and honestly pretty distressing for a lot of men. HCG helps prevent that by keeping things active. And third, you mentioned it supports the testes' own natural testosterone production, even alongside the TRT.
Yes, exactly. It's not replacing TRT, but it keeps the testes' inherent machinery ticking over. It maintains that baseline function, which is good for overall testicular health and responsiveness down the line. And if you look broader, HCG is actually quite versatile. It's not just one thing. It can be tailored. For example, some men might use HCG alone. Maybe they aren't on TRT but have low T or fertility issues. HCG can sometimes stimulate their own system enough, maybe avoiding TRT altogether, if fertility is the main goal. Then obviously the main use we're talking about with TRT, acting as that bridge, preserving fertility, maintaining testicular health. And interestingly, some guys use it during planned TRT breaks, periods off testosterone. HCG can help sort of kickstart the natural system again, give the testes a nudge to get back online. So how it's used really depends on the individual, their goals, their health profile.
That flexibility is key. So thinking about our listeners, who are the main people who should be thinking about HCG? The source material points to a few clear groups. First, obviously, men already on TRT who definitely still want kids or more kids. For them, it's the direct solution. Second, you've got younger guys, maybe 20s, 30s. They're optimizing hormones now for energy, performance, whatever, but they're thinking ahead. Protecting future fertility, HCG offers that safety net. And third, couples actively trying to conceive, especially if there's a known or suspected male factor issue. Improving sperm health via HCG can be critical there.
Absolutely. For those specific groups, the value is immense. For the guys on TRT, it lists that burden, feeling good now versus having a family later. It lies both. For the younger men, it's smart planning, making sure today's choices don't block tomorrow's dreams. Proactive health management. And for couples trying, it's a direct intervention, targeting sperm production and health. Improving those out significantly, it really empowers people to align their immediate needs with those deeper life goals.
Okay, now here's something maybe a bit unexpected from the source, broadening things out a bit. The gym bro connection. Apparently, HCG isn't just for clinical TRT or fertility clinics. It's pretty popular in fitness and athletic circles too, but often for a slightly different reason, right? To maintain testicular health while maybe using other compounds that, like TRT, suppress natural function.
Right, and that gym bro angle, as you put it, actually reinforces the main point about HCG. Whether the goal is fertility, managing TRT sides, or mitigating effects from other performance stuff, the core mechanism is the same. It's stimulating the testes, keeping them active, healthy, functional. It highlights HCG's role in just general testicular well-being. So while an athlete's immediate goal might be preventing shrinkage during a cycle, the underlying benefit is maintaining that crucial organ's health. It really shows HCG is a versatile tool for overall male health in various contexts.
So wrapping this up, the big takeaway seems clear. HCG, human chorionic gonadotropin, it really is this vital bridge. It lets men navigate that tricky intersection of optimizing testosterone, feeling their best, but without giving up on future family plans or sacrificing testicular health. It opens up possibilities. No more either.
And that, for you listening, is the real power here. Knowing these options exist gives you agency. It means you can have informed conversations with your doctor, ask the right questions, make decisions that aren't just about managing symptoms today, but that align with your whole life plan. In a world where medicine is always advancing, being informed about tools like HCG lets you actively shape your health journey.
Exactly. And it kind of leaves you thinking, doesn't it? As we get better and better at optimizing health, performance, longevity, what other surprising connections are out there? What other biological hacks or bridges might we discover that let us, have the best of both worlds? What solutions are maybe just under the surface, waiting for us to understand our own biology a bit better, something to mull over? Thanks for joining us on the deep dive. We'll catch you next time.